So blindness and deafness and
Ray of Enfeeblement, and that's at 3rd level.
Ray of Enfeeble. Got it.
At 5th level, you get Animate Dead and Vampiric and Vampiric Touch.
Vampiric Strike, you say?
Vampiric Touch.
Oh.
Almost as good. Actually, in some ways, better. Depends on how you want to use it.
Yeah. Okay, I got the 5th level stuff down.
7th level, you get Blight and Death Ward.
Blight and Death Ward? Okay.
Yep.
That's alright. Okay.
And at 9th level, you get anti-life shell and cloud kill.
At what level?
9th.
Okay. 9th level. And anti-life shell kill. Got it. Is that everything?
That's all the domain spells. Now, remember, domain spells do not count against the number of spells that you can prepare per day. And they count as basically they're always prepared.
Yeah.
So these are like bonus spells that you get. Let's see here. You also get, if you don't already have it, you gain proficiency with martial weapons.
Pretty sure I already have that.
You also get Reaper. At 1st level, the cleric learns 1 necromancy cantrip of his or her choice from any spell list. When the cleric casts a necromancy cantrip that normally targets only 1 creature, the spell can instead target 2 creatures within range and within 5 feet of each other.
So if there was like a necrotic spell, I can, instead of targeting 1, I can target 2.
As long as you're within 5 feet of each other.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I've got a question.
What's up?
If I'm multi-class, do I still get the ability score improvement at 16th level?
Yes.
Or do you have to be in that class?
No, it's total character level.
Okay. So I think I'm probably gonna take a feat instead of.
Yeah, it's total class. So, and those attribute bonuses and feats and whatnot, those happen at the same point for everybody. So.
Gotcha. All right, because I was thinking of adding another rank of bard instead of another level of rogue, but I just wanted to make sure I still got my 60th level ability score improvement and or feats rather.
Yeah.
Cool.
So so Liam, you also get a new channel divinity option. You get Touch of Death.
Ooh.
Starting at 2nd level, the cleric can use channel divinity to destroy another creature's life force by touch. When the cleric hits a creature with a melee attack, the cleric can use channel divinity to deal extra necrotic damage to the target. The damage equals 5 plus twice his or her cleric level.
Okay.
So you're what level? You're level 15?
16 now.
Yeah, so you're, oh man, you're doing some damage.
37 damage, right?
That sounds right.
So
Let's see here.
would it have any effects, or is it just the damage?
It's just additional damage. Yeah, it deals additional necrotic damage.
To every attack, or just one attack per day?
For as many times as you can use Channel Divinity.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Then at 6th level, you get Inescapable Destruction. The cleric's ability to channel negative energy becomes more potent. Necrotic damage dealt by the character's cleric spells and Channel Divinity option ignores resistance to necrotic damage.
So, could you repeat that, please?
So it's called Inescapable Destruction.
Yes.
At 6th level, the cleric's ability to channel negative energy becomes more potent. Necrotic damage dealt by the character's cleric spells and Channel Divinity options ignores resistance to necrotic damage. So if you attack a vampire with your Channel Divinity Touch of Death, his resistance to necrotic damage doesn't matter.
Okay, that's pretty good.
He'll take full damage. He does.
Shadow Dragon if we didn't have
Right. The Shadow Dragon's a good example because he had resistance to necrotic damage where he was only going to take half damage. That would be ignored. He would take full damage.
Yeah.
At 8th level, you get Divine Strike. The cleric gains the ability to infuse his or her weapon strikes with necrotic energy. Once on each of the cleric's turns, when he or she hits a creature with a weapon attack, the cleric can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage to the target. When the cleric reaches 14th level, the extra damage becomes 2d8. So you deal an additional 2d8 damage.
With any attack?
Once on each of the cleric's turns.
Okay, that's pretty sweet.
And at 17th level, you'll get Improved Reaper. When the cleric casts necromancy spells of 1st through 5th level that targets only one creature, the spell can instead target 2 creatures within range and within 5 feet of each other. If the spell consumes its material components, the cleric must provide them for each target.
Okay.
So that's not at 17th level. It's not just cantrips. Then you can any spell that you can cast 1st through 5th level counts as hitting 2 targets.
That's really good.
But that happens at 17. So yeah, that's Death Domain. And like I said, I don't see anything particular about that domain that would preclude it to being evil.
Yeah. Like, maybe in a big city, the graveyard worker is a low-level Death Domain cleric.
Well, yeah, I mean, Death Domain clerics are going to be the ones that are doing most of the funeral rites in the city. I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of their bag.
Or raising an emergency army.
Yeah. Well, I imagine the hiring practices or HR department's got their hands full, but
yeah.
I think the logic is that why people think they're evil is because clerics are essentially the opposite of them. They have to have like an opposite personality.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying that you can be a Death Domain cleric or an Oathbreaker paladin and not be of evil alignment.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, the fact that they blatantly state that it would be villainous, those are villainous class options, goes directly against everything else they say about the game. I mean, if you go on Twitter, it's the exact opposite of everything Wizards of the Coast has said. So,
yeah,
Yeah, I don't buy it. I mean, I also don't really buy into the idea that paladins and monks can be anything other than lawful. You can't be a monk and follow a monastic tradition and be chaotic. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You'll end up being the crappiest monk to ever walk the planet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm stoked. I got I finally, now that I have a full collection of the 5th edition books, I'm able to finally focus on some other books, and I am now building my Traveler 2nd edition collection. So got the first 2 of the core rule books. The 3rd is on its way. It unfortunately is having to come all the way from England. And then I think probably Sunday or Monday I'm going to order the last 2 of the current core rulebooks, and then I'll have all of the core rulebooks and can do whatever I want with it. So I'm stoked for that. And my Saturday night group is going to take a pause, and we're going to run a couple of sessions of Traveler just for fun. So, welcome to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I assume, are we all here? Everybody except for Shemish. And Brady. And Brady, I already talked to Brady. Brady is studying for his chem test, and he may not be able to make it.
Can you guys hear me?
I can. There you are.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. I've just been,
Are you going to log into Roll20?
It says I am. I can see all you guys.
I do not see you.
Maybe if I log out and log back in. Yeah, the chat's being weird. If I try to click on chat in there, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
So maybe that's why.
Something weird's going on. So let's see here.
There we go. Mention of the Mad Moon.
Oh, cancel is here. Sweet.
$17 hours played.
I still do not see Shamish.
Nope, I'm just logging in. It's just loading.
Okay. There you are.
There's the chat.
Okay, and I believe because you had left early.
You're level 20.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. There is Shimish. Okay. Alright, so looks like everybody is here. Cool. So, welcome to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We are a small gaming group from the Troutdale, Oregon area, playing online due to the pandemic and all of that fun stuff. Before we get started, let me go ahead and fill you in on some friends of the Greenwater Guildhall, which is my private play space. The first on the list, if you're watching via Twitch, if you scroll down, you should see some tiles there. If you don't see them, click on my profile picture and it should change you over. The first one on there is TNC, that stands for Talon Claw. They make beautiful wooden Dungeon Master screens and dice vaults, and they're coming out with a new line of dice trays, and they have bottle openers that they do custom etching on, and just all manner of stuff. They make absolutely fantastic products. They have absolutely fantastic customer service. They are the best, and they are currently working on creating, I don't know if he's just working on the one or if he's coming out with an entire line, but he is now finishing his first ever gaming table. So I am going to keep an eye on that with some very, very much interest. The next on the list is the Speechless Bard. And the Speechless Bard, she makes these beautiful leather covers for your core rule books, and she has a line of dice bracelets and a leather scroll that rolls out to be a dice rolling mat. She makes amazing products. It's all handmade, all hand painted, all hand stitched. So if you're looking for something unique, definitely check her out. And last but not least on the list is Fable Beard Company. The Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, beard butter, wash. They have a co-wash, which is like a conditioner. Right now I'm wearing Candyman, which smells like caramel apples. It is my beard butter. Yeah, each one of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. So, like for instance, this is Candyman, caramel apples. There's the woodsman, I believe, or the marksman, that smells like pine and cedar. And they have another one that I believe it's Dr. Wolf that smells like blueberries and aged pipe tobacco. So they have some very interesting scents. There's definitely something for everybody. They have a ton of different characters. You should definitely check out fablebeardco.com, and I'm sure that if you are of the bearded variety, you will find something that will interest you. I will say that I have tried several beard products, and they are by far the best I've ever tried. So you should definitely do yourself a favor and check them out. So where we left off last week, the group has taken over a spelljammer. They were able to defeat the Mind Flayer pirate captain, and now that they have control of the spelljammer, they gotten to investigate a little bit more closely, and then Telfar has found a miniature giant space hamster and has made friends with it. So she now has a pet miniature giant space hamster. It has the statistics of it has the statistics of a rat, mostly because in 5th edition they have yet to do anything with miniature giant space hamsters or really Spelljammer in general. So I don't know. I'm really hoping they do something with that. They're kind of leaving us hanging here. So yeah, and you also received, if you remember, you got a call on your sending stone, and you were it was Liff and Quill called you, and they let you know that Volathamp had come into the inn with a gentleman that you've met before, Halaster Silvermane. He is a captain of the City Watch, and Halaster Silvermane was asking that since you guys are down in Undermountain anyways, if you could, let's see, what level is this? It is level 20. If you go into the Runestone Caverns, if you could bring back a rune shard. And he says he's not exactly sure really what they look like. He just knows that it looks like, a piece of crystal quartz or something similar in that effect, and that if you could bring one back, and he can't really offer to pay you much, however, he can give you a ton of favors, and just him being a captain of the City Watch, those kinds of favors are going to be extremely useful. But it sounded like he implied that there would be more than just the benefits that you would gain from the favors of a City Watch captain. So that was the last thing that you discovered, or that you were told. Now you know that you already have been, or at least scouted out, the tunnel leading down to the next level of Undermountain, and you are currently on level 19, this is the Caverns of Ooze. What would you guys like to do? So this the other thing. The spell jamming ship is stuck in here, and you know that the only way that you're going to be able to get it out is via a wish spell. However, the spell jamming ship, which is called the Scavenger, does not have the spell jamming helm. It has been taken, and you were informed by the Orogs that were the Scavenger's previous crew that the helm is somewhere deeper in Undermountain, but they don't know exactly where.
If it is not too much trouble for you, would you be able to take Tasha's guide and take a picture of the new meta magic stuff?
Maybe? Let's see.
Also, I have a question. How could something be miniature and giant at the same time?
It's the magic of miniature giant space hamsters.
I am happy to explain that to you while Chris is looking. Are you ready? Here it goes.
Yeah.
So some gnomes, and they're tinker gnomes, they went out into space, right? They tinkered themselves up into space, they built a rocket, they made it work, right? So these gnomes are up in space, and they got these hamsters with them. And they decided that they were going to breed the hamsters to a very unreasonably large size, so that the hamsters could run in these wheels, and the wheels could power the gnomish ship, right? But then they decided that these giant space hamsters were a little too big and unpredictable, so they thought, well, what are we gonna, like, we can breed different hamsters. So they started selectively breeding all of these hamsters, and once they had bred them to giant, massive size, then they decided to breed them back down to tiny size, and that is how they became miniature giant space hamsters.
Right.
You're welcome.
Huh?
It's gnomes did it. The gnomes made giant space hamsters, and then they said these hamsters are too big, so they made them smaller. So now they're miniature giant space hamsters.
But they're still giant space. Oh.
They were small, and then they got bigger, and then they got smaller. So now they're miniature.
Would that just be a normal hamster then?
Yes.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
It wouldn't.
But also no.
If it were unaltered, it would be a normal hamster. However, since it has been shrunk from a giant hamster, it is technically a miniature version of the giant hamster. I'm just not thinking about it. It's gonna hurt my brain.
No logic. You're gonna hurt yourself working on that gnome logic.
You would be able to tell the difference on chemistry for 8 hours straight. You're not gonna hurt your brain on that. I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference between a giant miniature space hamster and a normal hamster. If they look exactly the same, they're exactly the same.
But the miniature giant space hamster, you gotta look at its eyes. I mean, those guys.
Are they all? Is it special at all?
Yeah.
What does it do?
I think it has a slightly higher intelligence, but that's it. Like maybe 1 point.
So
Completely.
Brady, what meta magic stuff are you specifically looking for? Because there's not really quote unquote new meta magic stuff. Are you looking for class features?
Just a sec.
And then the question is cancel a wizard or a sorcerer?
As of now, just a wizard. but I did forget to level up.
So what you so there is a feat
That's what I was thinking about.
called Meta Magic Adept. It just requires spell casting or pact magic. So I mean, you could even be a warlock and take Meta Magic Adept.
I'm thinking of taking that, and for one of the options, getting subtle casting, so that once per long rests, I could do an uncounterable counterspell.
Right. So the Meta Magic Adept prerequisite spellcasting or pact magic feature. You've learned how to exert your will on your spells to alter how they function. You learn 2 meta magic options of your choice from the sorcerer class. You can use only one meta magic option on a spell when you cast it, unless the option says otherwise. Whenever you reach a level that grants the ability score improvement feature, you can replace one of these meta magic options with another one from the sorcerer class. And you gain 2 sorcery points to spend on meta magic. These points are added to any sorcery points you have from another source, but can be used only on meta magic. You regain all spent sorcery points when you finish a long rest.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there were any, like, if they brought in any new meta magic things.
I believe they did. Let me look at sorcerer in here.
No, you're talking.
So yes, there are some new sorcerer meta magic options. The first one being Seeking Spell. If you make an attack roll for a spell and miss, you can spend 2 sorcery points to re-roll the d20, and you must use the new roll. You can use Seeking Spell even if you have already used a different meta magic option during the casting of the spell. And the other feature, or the other meta magic option, is Transmuted Spell. When you cast a spell that deals a type of damage from the following list, you can spend 1 sorcery point to change that damage type to one of the other listed types. Acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
Yeah, screw it, I'll just get the book. It's been on my list for a while.
Gosh, yeah. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. But yeah, so those are the 2 new ones, Seeking Spell and Transmuted Spell. I know, I could tell you that in the Saturday afternoon game, one of the sorcerers took Transmuted Spell, and they're having a lot of fun transmuting spells. Like, for instance, you cast Fireball, but instead of fire, it does lightning damage. Or acid. Yeah, so that can be quite amusing. So, did you want to just head back or head down to the next level and try to find a rune shard? Or what do you want to do?
As I just put in the chat on Roll20, I think the only things that we haven't really explored or investigated are the Dow Genie in the northeast corner of the dungeon.
That is true.
There was a gap right before a gate in 5B, and the gap contained 3 black puddings. We have not been to the 5A, 5B area. And also, we did not really properly investigate the Orb of Ooze.
That's true.
So, if there was anything else you guys wanted to do on this level, those are the 3 things that I think that we have not yet investigated. As far as 5A and 5B and the chasm with 3 black puddings in it goes, I mean, I really don't think that's necessary. We already know from the marriage genie that 5B is the gate to somewhere that we don't necessarily need to go right now.
Right.
But if we ever wanted to use that gate, we would have to clear those black puddings.
Well, and not only that, but there was another gate on this level in Area 15 that you found.
Right. Yes. So there's that gate as well. And yeah, so I don't know. I don't really have all that much interest in going to visit the Tao because I've heard they're evil and nasty and no one likes them, and he probably won't sing us a very good song.
They also enslave everything and everyone they can.
That's aside the point, though.
And then, yeah, I don't know. I think that Orb of Ooze, I read up a little bit on it, but I won't spoil it. But it's it's a thing. It's oozing.
Yeah, the Orb of Ooze doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, you guys can go ahead and investigate it if you'd like, but it doesn't do much.
Right. So, aside from that, our quests are obviously stop Halaster, but we're also looking for a lich phylactery on the next level.
I think that number one overarching quest of stop Halaster should be followed by a question of from doing what? Because nobody seems to know.
Stop Halaster from who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
The guy's out of his mind.
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to go find a runestone fragment on level 21. So yeah, level 20 is...
The runestone fragment's actually on level 20. You're on 19 now. I made a mistake.
Right.
So yeah, it's actually on 20. So it's the next level down.
Gotcha. So on the next level down, we are looking for that runestone fragment and a lich's phylactery in order to free the married genie.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, we are going to be looking around for a spelljammer helm that was stolen off of the scavenger. So on our way to the next level, those are the things that we should be on the lookout for.
Yes. So you guys did collect, some loot, not nearly as much as some of the previous levels. So, I mean, there's not really any pressing need for you to go to the surface as of yet.
Right.
And if you were to go to the surface,
sleeping down here.
you would, yeah.
I love sleeping down here in the mud.
In the stinky ooze. But I mean, at least the stinky ooze is partway entertaining. Yeah, it smells, but it also takes shapes and dances around. So, there's that.
Kind of intelligent looking for whatever damn reason.
Yeah. Well, and you now realize that for one reason or another, like the black puddings were drow.
Right.
And what you have learned is that just because it's really funny, Halaster transformed these drow into these black puddings. And you fought the last battle of last week. You fought the huge gray ooze, which was actually 3 Durgar that had been transformed into this ooze.
Durgar.
Yeah, they were a little crazy. So yeah, that's why that's why these oozes act with some form of intelligence.
I'd like some clarity on what the helm is, because helms can be something you wear on your head, or in case of a ship, it can be the place where you sit or stand and turn a steering wheel.
Right.
So,
And that's what we're talking about in the ladder here. So the way it is, the way the bridge was described is that you examine the floor and you find grooves and can ascertain that they're designed to secure a heavy chair or chair-shaped object to the floor. The grooves conform to the footprint of the ship's spell-jamming helm. So it's like Captain Kirk's chair.
Okay.
And none of you have ever been on a spell-jamming ship, and you've only heard vague rumors about spelljamming vessels, but the understanding that you have is that a spellcaster has to sit in this chair. And I'm not even sure, I'm not even positive because it's been so long since the days of Spelljammer in 2nd edition. And I'm not gonna lie, back then when they came out with Spelljammer, I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. I am not gonna play D&D in space. My views on that have changed a bit, but when I was younger, I was like, no, we're not doing that. So I am not positive if it could be any spellcaster. I think it has to be an arcane spellcaster, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to do a little bit of internet sleuthing and read up on some of the wikis to see.
Just have to have casting ability. So, like, if you're a ranger or a druid with no spells, you cannot fly a spelljammer. But if you have a casting ability, essentially, yeah, if you know some spells.
So as long as you have spell slots, you can fly a spelljammer.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's what I understand from what I've read from it, but
that's kind of what I was saying. I mean, although I will be honest, in no situation have I ever run into for instance, a cleric or a paladin captaining a spelljammer. That's not to say it's not possible, but every single time that I've seen this, it's always been like a sorcerer or a wizard.
Well, you would think they would make the best captains because they are the most magical.
You would think.
They have they have the more go juice, if you will.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say if you've got a ranger at your helm, you're probably not going to get very far.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of like the impression that I got.
So maybe that's why. But yeah, I mean beyond those little tidbits of information, that's all I know. Boy, I sure wish Wizards would release a spelljamming book so that we could know about this stuff. That'd be great. And
right.
I just find it almost insulting that they release this stuff into their adventures before they release the rule set concerning it. You know what I mean? You guys are kind of jerks. So, yeah, Telfar's pretty much laid it out here. I mean, there are a couple of spots that you haven't investigated in the Caverns of Ooze. Not really sure that it's imperative that you do or that you even want to. The Merid was pretty adamant that you not even talk to the Dow because he's a jerk. But, that's up to you guys. You might want to weigh all your options.
To heck with that Dow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the Merid said.
So, we don't like him, right? That's what we're not doing? We're not liking him?
We get lucky over and over again dealing with these things that are essentially more powerful than us. And really we should save that luck for Halaster, because...
Maybe we should beat them up to show them that they're no more powerful than us.
we win because they're stupid.
Halaster's wrath. Didn't Halaster want these two genies to kind of like work it out?
Well, yeah, you're not entirely sure what the whole deal with that is.
Who can get out first or something.
Yeah, what you know is that these two genies are trapped on this level. Not just trapped on the level, but they can't even leave the room that they're in.
Yeah.
And the only way... Well, the Merid, and he has a name. Oh, yeah. Icthulglug, the Merid, tells you that that he can get out and he can return to his home elemental plane of water if you bring him Ezat's phylactery. And he said that he would reward you. He didn't really go into a lot of detail about that, but he is a genie, so, you know, there's that.
I like thwarting Halaster. So let's free the Dow.
Right wishes.
You what? Oh, you want wishes? He didn't say anything about wishes.
Oh, well.
Well, look, I'm willing to spend 10 minutes in friendly conversation with him and then make some suggestions
We should ask for a
if
look
he
list.
lets me get that far.
Well, I mean, the only other thing that he told you is just to not bother dealing with the Dow. I think his name was Jarud. Let me double check that. Jaruk. Don't deal with Jaruk. He's a jerk. And that basically was the extent of your knowledge of Jaruk, is that he's just a dickbag. And Icthoglug told you to not bother with him.
Alrighty.
I mean, I have no strong feelings one way or the other. We could go check it out, have a little chat with him, see if we could, or we could totally ignore him and just move on, go down to level 20. I really don't care. I don't see a whole lot of loot to be involved in this Dow business, so.
I don't care about the Dow. I want to free the Merid, because that breaks some of Halaster's plans, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
We
but
need to
you
do-
have a 3-normal.
maybe
And
he's
from
generating.
how far heard, that guy's a really good singer and should probably be, back in business or something.
He didn't attack us, so that's good enough.
Okay. So you want to just head down to the next level then, or?
Works for me.
Okay.
That's my vote.
Sounds
But,
good.
we got a democracy going on. Anybody else have an opinion? All right then. Level 20.
Okay.
I agree, we should go.
Okay. Hold on here. Okay, so we'll start in the upper left-hand corner, and let me drop your tokens here. Mr. Aaron. And cancel. And Norte. And let's see here, Telfar. Thrick.
You're trying to see how far it is so you can jump in the pit.
No, I'm checking line of sight, so we should
Let's see.
we should be able to see that all the way over to this spot. I don't know if we can see the pit, but we can certainly see that far.
Okay. So, you come down into the Runestone Caverns. And immediately when you come in, you come down this long tunnel that that led to the caverns of, or from the caverns of ooze. And on the floor, you find a large glyph. You can see this glyph. It is glowing. Cancel. Make a investigation check.
I've still got my ghouls, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 plus 12 is 32.
Okay, so Cancel, you investigate this glyph, and you determine that this glyph is a glyph of, it's like a modified glyph of warding, and you can tell that this was made using a 9th level death spell. Let's see here. It is the symbol spell that is specifically tied to the death effect as a 9th level spell.
And he tells us that while we're standing on it.
Basically, I mean, you guys couldn't miss it. This thing's big. It's like as big as the floor of the game room. So I mean, this thing's there. It looks like it was probably covered at one time, and it is no longer covered. Something has come through here, and looks like it has been triggered once.
So, where is it on the map?
Like right where Aaron's standing. It's like covering this entire floor in here.
So are any of us actually standing on it, or are we next to it?
You're next to it. You're investigating while Cancel investigates around it, making sure to not trigger it.
Hey Shamrock, you want to trigger a trap?
Yeah. So Aaron's gonna go, just to be safe.
Okay, with the stick.
Aaron, make a perception check.
Let's see, minimum of 10, but so 32.
So you look up towards the ceiling above this this glyph on the floor, and you see that there are floating around in a circle above the glyph towards the ceiling. You see ghostly skulls floating about. They're just kind of rotating.
So Norte, can you get your pickaxe and like mine a hole through the wall or something where we don't have to get anywhere close to that death glyph?
Well,
that would take quite a while.
Yeah, you can get around it.
Let's just try to get around it.
You what?
I'm gonna cast a spell magic on it.
Okay. So, so you know that it is cast as a 9th level spell.
I will give you guidance as you try this. We will work as a team in any event, any way that we can.
If you give me guidance, I'm not able to fail.
So, hold on here.
That affects ability checks. I don't think that really would help you.
So, yeah. What's the highest level that you can cast a spell magic at?
I can cast it 8th level, but...
So that would mean that you would only have, if you cast it at 8th level, you would only have to use your spell, make a roll using your spell casting ability and beat a 11. DC 11. If you cast it at 8th level. So if you cast it at 3rd level, you would have to beat DC 19.
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Okay.
And can you tell if it's successful or not?
Well, it'll start glowing.
There we go.
Uh, 33.
Yeah. So cancel dispels the glyph on the floor, and it
Just
just
to let you know, the lowest I could possibly get is 18.
okay. Well, so what is your intelligence modifier?
6, and then I get to add my proficiency because I'm abjuration. Then I get to add my proficiency
Gotcha.
again because the robe you gave me, and then I have a luckstone which specifically gives +1
Nice.
to rolls like that.
Okay. Okay. So which direction do you guys want to go?
I want to go left since we can see it. Or, I mean, to the right, because we can see, I was just checking, we can see all the way into this thing called 3. That's 60 feet, and there's nothing blocking line of sight
Okay.
going that way. So and there appears to be something over this way. We could go wandering, but I can't tell anything is that way. So let's go to the right.
So you want to go down towards 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could also have a Telfar explore like he did last time.
Tofar's going to do that, whether we ask him to.
True.
Right. Right. This cavern has this cavern has a peaked roof 30 feet high and features a broad crevasse that's 300 feet deep. A rocky ledge surrounds the crevasse. The cavern is lit by phosphorescent moss that grows on weird rock formations along the walls. And you can see, this is down in the crevasse, you can see that the walls have these glowing areas where there's this moss clinging to it. And way at the bottom, you can see a faint glow that looks like torches.
Okay.
And before anyone can stop him, Telfar zips past at 120 feet per second down into the damn cavern.
Okay.
It doesn't see you, it's just stop you.
Just a
So-
flash, just a blur as I pass by, like swoop. And
Telfar.
then there I go.
Telfar, you dive down into this 300-foot deep crevasse. And after descending 200 feet, you see that the crevasse breaks through the roof of a vast cavern below it. This otherworldly cavern is 100 feet high, 1,200 feet long, and 800 feet wide. You can see more of this phosphorescent lichen on the walls and ceiling. And what you thought were torches are actually giant fire beetles moving around. And the most interesting part is that this cavern is not, just bare rock. You find a giant fungal forest. Half of the cavern is a forest of towering zirk wood interspersed with barrel stalks, blue caps, and trillimax. The other half of the cavern contains a 30-foot deep lake fed by 3 small waterfalls. And there are several small rocky islands that rise up out of the lake. And you see that a number of these islands have empty huts made out of zirk wood and mud. But you don't see anybody living in them.
And how far down was that?
300 feet.
Well, that was just to the opening, right? Because the cavern was.
Right, the cavern's 1,200 feet in length.
Alright, so I don't know, probably takes me a minute, right? Moving at dash speed, 120 feet.
Yep.
To get down there, have a little look around, and then come back up.
Yep.
How long you reckon that takes?
Well, make a perception check first.
Oh, 18.
18, you notice that the huts are actually, you can see that there are, they look old and dilapidated, like whoever lived in these huts left quite a while ago. But you see that there are the remains in the center of all these huts, the remains of what looks like some weird slapped together shrine that is basically just made of fire beetle carapaces and mushrooms and mud and a couple of sticks. But it looks like it was at one time kind of some kind of religious shrine.
All right.
Hold on just a moment.
Now, does that cavern thing look like it's the level below us, or still part of this level?
Hold on just a minute.
Sure.
Okay, sorry about that. Becky from the store wanted to, she has my W-2 and needed to confirm my address. So, I'm sorry, what was your question, Telfar?
My question was, does this look like it's the level below us, or that it's just part of the same level 20 business?
It looks like it's still part of the same level 20. It's simply not on the map.
And it's big. It's a big cavern space down there. And from my investigation, I don't really see any other way to leave it except for the way I came in.
Right.
Alright, well, I'll do a little flyby with my 34 stealth.
Okay.
Just taking a little around. If that takes me a little while to get back to my friends, that's alright too.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not sure how long that's going to take at my dash speed to kind of get a good look at everything.
You're gone probably about a minute.
Oh, just a minute. Alright, cool.
I mean, are you just flying by and getting a quick glance at everything, or are you trying to really look at stuff?
My idea is just to get a quick glance, just a flyby, and
So,
then go back.
yeah, probably about a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, that's my turn. What's other people doing?
I'm encouraging everyone to not go any further, because anything that surprises us and knocks us off this ledge will lead to death unless you have the ability to withstand a 300-foot fall. So, backing away from the pit of death and saying, okay, we see the pit of death, let's move back and try the other passage.
Okay, so you want to... So, Telfar, you come blasting up out of the crevasse. Are you going to tell them what you saw or move on?
Yeah, I'm totally gonna let him know, hey, looks like there's a little mushroom forest down there and a bunch of beetles and stuff, but I don't see any other way out, so...
So
The
it's not
only
worth
the only other possible exits that you saw is that there were 3 waterfalls that were feeding that lake, but they're literally, they are cracks in the cavern walls that you would have to basically spelunk and climb through. Probably more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, let's just avoid that pit.
Yeah. I mean, we could cheat and look at the map and say probably nothing will get us, but if we're being role players, you don't want something that just shoves you off the edge of that little edge. So let's go back up to the northeast,
Okay.
stepping around the glyph of death.
Well, it's now disabled, so.
Yeah, right. For how long? So we step around the glyph.
Don't trust it when your DM tells you that something's disabled.
You just step around it. It doesn't take any extra effort to say, I don't stomp on the supposedly disabled trap.
Okay, so you, as you're coming towards 2, yeah, you don't want to move that far in yet. You can hear just thrashing about and what sounds like the grinding of stone, and like not like stone being crushed, but more like stone just being torn apart.
Okay.
Hold on here.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Let me get something for this.
Seems like there's something strong down here.
Let's see here. I don't really have anything for this, I don't think.
Let's see. I'll tell the guys to give me 30 seconds. And I'll do a stealth at 26. And I'll go out to here and open up my eyeballs. And
Okay.
return back.
Hold on just a second. Let me... Well, I guess this guy will just have to do. So you see a hulking mobile mass of jumbled stone stands atop a natural rise in the center of this cavern. It is using its fist to smash something. Carved into one wall is a stone forge that hasn't been lit in ages. A rusty iron anvil sits atop a 1-foot-high granite plinth in the floor in front of the forge. This construct of stone, it stands about 10 feet tall. It clearly looks like it is like it probably started as a stone golem. But it has taken parts off what look like other stone golems and smashed it onto itself. So it has like heads sticking out of its shoulders and like an extra arm sticking out of its chest and a leg that kind of comes out where a tail might be. And so it's got all these parts stuck to it, and it's sitting there tearing apart another stone golem. And this other stone golem looks a little bit different, certainly much smaller, and it is kind of like trying to fight back, and it's failing, and this large mad stone golem rips its arm off and jams it into another part of itself.
So, is this called cannibalism?
Maybe? As you're watching this thing, Aaron, the last thing that you see before this smaller golem is basically just destroyed and added to this large crazy stone golem that you're saying. You see that the big mad stone golem reaches down and grabs a quartz crystal out of the forehead of this smaller stone golem, rips it out, and eats it.
Okay, well that's 30 seconds. I sneak back and tell people that there is a insane stone construct in there that's getting stronger by destroying other stone constructs and consuming them, and it's just bizarre as hell. It's got legs and arms poking out everywhere and heads everywhere, and it's 10 feet high, and it's gonna be trouble getting past it. I think we're gonna have to engage it. It's clearly insane.
What is it?
Stone.
It's a stone golem.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a yeah.
Yeah.
Animated stone thing.
And
with
actually,
legs, arms, and heads.
it is actually bigger than this. It's like that.
Oh, thank God you made it smaller than it was actually.
One question.
Yeah.
Is it immune to necrotic?
I didn't notice that when I was out there.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done that.
It didn't have the little triangle like stew about, flame, oxygen content. It didn't have a little symbol.
Yeah, it doesn't have the stickers on the side of it.
No.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have to go out there and kill it, guys.
You're muted, Alyssa.
Telfar volunteers to engage it and see if it can be reasoned with.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak out to where I'm at least able to see this reasoning attempt and be out of the way of the mad rush when Shamash starts foaming at the mouth and does his berserk charge.
Does it have a door on it? Because we can just send Shamash to kick it in. So, Telfar, if you're going to go out and try to reason with it, are you going to not be stealthed?
I would like to remain out of sight, if it's possible, inside this little corridor kind of hidden behind a piece of rock.
Okay.
And what I would like to do is use my message cantrip
Okay.
to try to communicate with it.
Okay.
Now that Telfar speaks all languages, would Telfar have an idea of what language to try to start with?
Well, it's a construct. Let's see here. So you attempt to message it. As far as languages, it understands the language of its creator. Common, I guess, would be the best, most common, her most common language. You use the message cantrip, and you notice that it kind of looks up and looks around, and almost as quickly just loses interest. It doesn't respond in any way. It just goes back to trying to put body parts onto itself from this other golem.
You're too boring for it.
My message would have said, what are you doing? I guess.
Yeah.
Just no reply?
Yeah, no reply, and I mean, it looks around like it got the message, but it has no interest in you.
Then I will try again and send another message that says, send me some signal that you are not an abomination that needs to be destroyed.
I don't know how he's going to react to that.
Well, it's an interesting request. Send me some signal that you should not be absolutely put out of your damn misery here.
So, that...
It's like a last chance to not get killed.
That seems to have kind of pissed it off. Hold on here, I have to find...
It's not an abomination. I'm pretty sure that's abomination. Where am I? Oh, there I am.
Yeah, it gets all kinds of angry with that.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, everybody roll initiative.
Damn it, we could have just walked by.
No, we couldn't, huh?
Yeah, no, it's just, I want to kill something today, so. My guy really likes me today.
So, let's see here. Telfar, you got a 25? Thrick, what'd you get?
24.
And Norate.
For Anish,
Yeah.
18.
Okay. And cancel.
24.
And Aaron?
9.
Wow, Aaron. Jeez. And Shamish.
24. Do 3 of us have 24?
Telfar got a 25, Shamish got a 24, Cancel got a 24, and Thrick got a 24. So, which of you wants to go first?
Me. Because I want to kill something, because last time you guys got to kill the pirate, and I just walked there and watched you guys kill it, so I want to kill something this time.
Okay. Cancel and Thrick, which one of you wants to go first?
I'll go second, I guess.
Okay. Alright. So, is Telfar back? I see her camera went black. There she is.
You just told me I'm not allowed to do certain things on camera, Chris.
What?
I said I've been here. You just told me last year I'm not allowed to do certain things on camera.
I don't care what you do on camera.
So then I'm gonna keep smoking my pot on camera. Then.
No. It's legal in your
If
state.
it's mad and it's angry, then yeah, I guess I'm gonna shoot at it because it did not respond favorably to my inquiry.
Okay, so it does not know where you're at because of your stealth. You can go ahead and make your attack with advantage, and that means you get your sneak attack.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to tuck Princess Yum Yum safely into a pocket.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll it. For an 18 to hit.
Wow, let's see. Yes, that hits.
6 plus 7. 34 damage.
Okay.
And a 40 to rehide. I'll put it in my own little note box.
Okay. So, you rehide, that's probably more than enough. It's not going to be able to see you. No, it only has a passive perception of 10. All right. Shamish, what would you like to do?
Can you hear me? Well,
Yes.
We can hear you.
oh, okay. I was just making sure, because the mic's always kind of iffy. Oh, where am I? Yeah, I'll go up to him,
Yep.
of course.
That's what I figured.
And what is this guy? What's this guy immune to? Or kind of
Well, I mean, he's
resistant, I guess.
basically a big rock, so. Poison, psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons not made with adamantine. He's immune to being charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, or poisoned.
Okay, that pretty much doesn't really affect. Well, this guy's kind of big, so I'm gonna handle it to level 4.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. And a level 3. He can't be blinded. What? Oh, could be. Oh, level 3 staggering smite. Because yeah.
Okay. Staggering smite. That's not one that's used very often.
Yeah, I haven't used it, so.
Weapon pierces both body and mind. It does an extra 46 psychic.
He's immune to psychic damage.
God damn it. Well, then I'm gonna just do a level 2 branding smite.
Yeah, he'll take damage from radiant.
Okay, so that's the 1, and then that, and then that. Okay, yeah, I'm grabbing all my D8s.
You need to roll to hit first.
Yeah. 14, 24.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. $78 damage.
Okay. Your next attack.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with a level 3, because...
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Get rid of that, and then take those, and then hit. 24 again.
Yes, that hits.
$43.
Okay. And he takes all of that. All right. Let's see here.
Oh, there we go.
Cancel. What would you like to do? I'm going to cast Stone to Flesh. That would be hilarious. Think you're muted, Cancel.
Yeah. Just
Okay. I don't think that he. No, he doesn't have any resistance to next fire.
Does 17 hit?
It does not.
Woohoo!
Don't. So at level 16, were you going to take the metamagic adept feat? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
So, what 2 metamagic feats did you want to take?
First settle spell and extended.
Oh, okay. Okay, so cancel misses. Anything with a bonus action or movement?
Nope.
Okay. Thrick, what would you like to do?
So these golems or whatever are magical constructs, right?
Correct.
Brady, couldn't you have just spelled magic?
Mm-mm. That won't work on a construct.
Oh.
Yeah, constructs, yes, they are magically created, but once they come into being, they are a creature just like anything else.
Okay.
Not like they're being constantly kept alive
Right.
with magic.
Right. Yeah, if a golem or something like that walks into an anti-magic zone, they don't crumble and fall to the floor. They just keep going like nothing happened.
Magic was just an on-off switch for them.
Right.
So you said did you say it was resistant to necrotic or?
No. Nope. It is resistant to poison, psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks not made with adamantine weapons.
So I'm just gonna cast Hold the Dead.
Okay. So, let's see here. Okay, so... $17 to save.
That fails.
All right.
$11 damage.
Okay. Okie dokie. Anything with your bonus action or movement?
No.
Okay. Narate, what would you like to do? Narate. Are you muted, Liam?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just putting away my dishes. It's my turn. If it's my turn, then I would like to cast Chill Touch.
Okay, so you will be moving up to attack. Go ahead and make your attack. Oh wait, no, Chill Touch is a ranged spell, that's right.
Deceptively named.
Yes, it is. So I will let you move to where you want to be. I mean, you have to be within line of sight.
Okay. Here okay, here we go. So here is where I'm moving.
Okay.
And then I will roll to attack. $18 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, then. $21 necrotic damage.
Okay. He takes 21. Anything with a bonus action?
My ghouls will attack him.
Okay, go ahead.
So, first one to hit, 18 to hit. Wait, no, 19 total to hit
Yes.
for 7 damage.
Okay, he
Yes.
takes 3. Unless your ghouls are made of adamantine.
No, not yet.
Come here, ghoul. We're gonna just dip this one arm in adamantine.
Yeah.
It'll only burn for a second.
And then the next one, not 1 to hit.
Oh my. Okay, so he gets an attack of opportunity on your ghoul.
Okay.
He makes a slam attack on the ghoul for a soft 20 to hit.
That hits.
And he does a crap ton of damage. He does 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, my ghoul's at 1 hit point.
Ghoul goes splat. Okay. And before I continue here, hold on. Telfar, you need a Triangle Blessing. I will give you one of the new blessings.
You're immune to miniature giant space hamster saliva for the next 24 hours.
You have immunity to the, not to disease, but specifically the hantavirus. Chwinga Charm. You receive the Charm of the Stonewalker. This charm has 3 charges. As an action, you can expend one of the charm's charges to gain the following benefits for 24 hours. You and your allies within 15 feet of you ignore difficult terrain caused by snow or ice, which would be useless down here. You can see through areas heavily obscured. Oh, wait. I think this whole thing's useless. Never mind. Let me give you something that you can use.
It's alright. like, we can get you useless choice of blessings, but damn it, Chris, now you're making me waste eraser because I already started writing it all down.
Useless item in D&D?
That never happens. No, you're going to get the Charm of Traveler's Haven. There's 3 charges. As an action, you can expend one of the charm's charges to cast Liamon's Tiny Hut. No components are required. Once all the charges have been expended, the charm vanishes.
Cute, loving it. What's the charm called?
Charm of Traveler's Haven.
Traveler's Haven.
I think the only thing about Gilman's tiny hut that's of note, I mean, besides it's invulnerable and it's super awesome, is that it takes 10 minutes to cast.
That is true. Yeah, Liamon's... It's funny because I was just reading something about this the other day, is that they went all the way back to the first... when Liamon's Tiny Hut first came into being, back in, I think, 1st or 2nd edition. And then they tracked how it has become overpowered since then. And it really is, when you compare it to the original idea when they came out with that spell, Liamon's Tiny Hut in 5th edition is ridiculous. It's just dumb.
If you know an encounter is coming, you have the room, you cast it because it makes you godlike.
Right.
You've got.
I mean, and not only that, but you can cast and fire out of it, but nothing can come in.
Yeah, it's almost it's like 7th level or 8th level spell power.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous power.
Yeah, it's way overpowered, but whatever.
You guys just tell me when you're ready for that business, because I don't know how to use no tiny hut Leoman's business.
Basically, what Liamon's Tiny Hut does for you is that it doesn't matter where you're at, you can successfully complete an 8-hour long rest because nothing can do anything. They can't attack you.
The dream spell can stop you.
I don't think spells can get through.
No, spells and non-magical effects can't extend through the dome.
But we have potions of dream spells.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to drink one, go right ahead.
I don't want to mess with it. Whatever. I was just wondering what it does. So that sounds dope.
Yeah, no, it will create a dome, and I forget the exact dimensions, but it's fairly large.
10-foot radius.
20 foot round.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius dome, and it can either be clear or you can make it opaque. You can make it so that nobody on the outside can see in, but you can see out. It automatically adjusts the internal environment to a comfortable temperature of your choosing. And you can come and go freely. You and I think up to five other people you can choose that can come and go freely for as long as it lasts.
It really sounds to me like maybe Vicky is hella jealous of my new hamster, because that's badass.
Yeah, Liamon's Tiny Hut is useful. I mean,
what I can do.
Yeah,
what I can do.
It just guarantees that you are able to complete a long rest, and that you are invulnerable for basically 8 hours. So,
well,
actually, I think the spell lasts 10 hours.
That'll do.
Now,
that'll do.
As far as Telfar's concerned, the most impressive part is it can be any color you want it to be.
Right.
Fantastic.
So
we're talking tie-dyed huts here with psychedelic spinning colors, or
fantastic. Absolutely.
Okay, so it is actually the Stone Golem's turn, and it is going to, being a Stone Golem with an intelligence of 9, it is going to attack the first thing that it sees, which is Shamish. It is going to make 2 slam attacks.
Oh no.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Yes, you were saying. And
he's stupid, but he's strong.
let's see. That is 50 points of bludgeoning damage.
Huh?
You just took 50 points of bludgeoning damage. And his second slam attack,
Oh,
25 to hit
that hits.
for another
B50, so I just don't have to do that math.
26 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, 20, 15, 17. What was it? 20,
26.
26. Okay.
Alright, and it is Aaron's turn.
Alrighty. Well, for my bonus action, I will curse at it with my hex curse,
Okay.
and then I will shoot it with my bow and arrow. Whatever. Here we go. Shoot it, and I'm going to lucky that, and I do have it. I'm using the steady aim, so I have advantage on my attack.
Okay.
So here's my lucky roll is 17.
Nice.
Does that hit?
That does, no, that misses.
Okay. Then I used a lucky and got nothing. Done.
You got close.
Yeah.
Okay. Telfar, what would you like to do?
I am sniping, and I already rolled it out. 18 to hit.
So, you would have to move, because these walls go all the way to the ceiling. So, where would you like to move?
And over here.
Okay. And what'd you get to hit?
18.
That hits.
38 damage.
Okay. And what would you like to do with your bonus action?
34 to hide.
Okay. Okay. Did you want to move somewhere where you can take advantage of the hide? That probably works. Yeah. Like I said, he's not. I mean, he's only got he's smart for a stone golem, but that's not really saying a lot. Shamish, what would you like to do?
Okay, so this guy hit me, and really hard. Like, half of my health is gone.
That's one of the few times that's actually happened.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Alright, up level 3 and level 3. No, level 3 and level 2. And I have to roll a hit. Uh, 25.
Yes.
Cool. Ooh, that's a lot of 8s. Damage.
Okay. So Shamish brings his sword down and smites this golem so hard that it crumbles to rock and dies.
That's what you get, bitch. As I walk away with like a few broken
As you limp away. My face, it hurts. Make a perception check.
Perception. 22.
Yep. So up here at the forge, you find a soot-covered tinderbox, and inside you find a single bead of force.
I'm gonna take that and stick it in my pocket and be like, I didn't find anything, guys.
Okay.
Wait, so what, is it just cast force? Is it like, kind of like a...
Yeah, I don't think you guys have had a bead of force yet, have you? One of the few magic items I haven't dumped out on you. Let's see here. Small black sphere measures 3/4 of an inch in diameter and weighs an ounce. You can use an action to throw the bead up to 60 feet. The bead explodes on impact and it is destroyed. Each creature within a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or take 5d4 force damage. A sphere of transparent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed to save and is completely within the area is trapped inside this sphere. Creatures that succeed on the save or are partially within the area are pushed away from the center of the sphere until they are no longer inside it. Only breathable air can pass through the sphere's wall. No attack or other effect can. An enclosed sphere can use its action to... an enclosed creature can use its action to push against the sphere's wall, moving the sphere up to half the creature's walking speed. The sphere can be picked up, and its magic causes it to weigh only 1 pound, regardless of the weight of the creatures inside of it.
Interesting.
So, where would you like to go from here?
Well, I would suggest this way.
Okay. Anybody else following Aaron?
Can't follow Telfar. Nobody knows where Telfar is.
That's true. That is true.
Whatever. Wait, who's Telfar?
I know, right? Silent partner of Troll Skull Manor.
Invisible partner.
Once I get to talking, Telfar's a chatterer. He just, likes to hide.
So let's...
Extroverted extrovert.
Yeah, I'm totally playing myself. Definitely.
So we get to another opening in the rocky corridors. I say, give me 30 seconds, and I'll take 10 steps out, look, and then 10 steps back and tell everybody what's there.
So, you come out into a huge cavern. It is an immense central cavern. There are several other caverns extending off of it, and when you step out, you immediately have to shield your face. There is dust and gravel and crystal, like little quartz crystal, what look like quartz crystal shards flying through the air. Gusting out of this big chasm is 60-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. that is howling constantly out of this 300-foot deep chasm. And you kind of step out and get pelted, and then you step back in and you're like, wow, geez. And all throughout this area, make a perception check.
23.
So all throughout this area on the ground, and this is what's getting kicked up by these gale force winds, you see these little, about the biggest being about the size of your fist, and the smallest being about the size of your thumbnail, like slightly glowing quartz crystal shards. They look exactly like the one that the golem pulled out of that other golem's head and ate.
Okay.
Furthermore, you see in the center of this large chasm, or cavern, to the south of you, you see a large stalagmite that goes up from the center of this cavern, and at the very top, you see a large one of these glowing crystals. And this thing goes way up, at least 4 stories. And at the top, you see a 120-foot crystal that is glowing and spreading light in a 120-foot radius out into the cavern.
Okay, I'll pick up a moderate-sized rock and go back and tell everybody, man, that area, there's this crazy wind. It's like a sandstorm in there of crystals like this, except most are smaller, and they glow. And there's another giant chasm, but there's also, you wouldn't believe it, this huge mountain out there just to the right that's got a 10-story tall crystal on it that's glowing. It's just insane. We've got to somehow chop that down and bring it back to Waterdeep.
Narote is so fascinated. He doesn't believe his eyes when he goes to check it out.
Yep.
So
I didn't see any threats, so we can go out.
So
Just make sure to cover your face.
this crystal that you pick up, you realize that this is a runestone.
Oh man, score, guys! It's a runestone.
This is what Halaster Silvermane asked for you to bring back.
Tell
This
me,
is a room?
where the hell did you come from?
So
I've been here the whole time.
Full damn
You gotta pay
time.
more attention.
So-
You gotta pay more attention.
So yeah, Halaster had said that the runestones look like crystals, and this is exactly what he described to you.
Okay, well then.
I mean, they're not hard to find. They're everywhere.
Yeah. So we got a fist size. We probably, just for grins, we pick up half a dozen of them. But we got some fist size runestones. Tossed them in our bags and backpacks, and with a cloak over our face to help us breathe and keep our eyes from getting gouged out, I try to navigate down to the leeward side of that thing so that we can be out of this wind that's insane, the sandstorm.
Okay.
That'd be the southwest of this 40-foot tall mountain, so we can be in an area where the wind isn't just so crazy hard.
I'm seeing a small role-playing opportunity for Telfar, but only if everyone else is game for, I don't know, me spending 10 minutes on it. I don't want to take up.
What are you gonna do?
I thought that since Vicky the Glider is just so enthusiastic about like flying and jumping from high places, and this really seems like an obstacle course for a flyer, and I've got like plus 16 to my acrobatics. And I thought it would be fun to just go for a little joyride with my Chwinga and try to make some acrobatics checks and not get pelted with, big crystals or whatever. Just for funsies, like I said, just an RP thing.
Okay, go ahead and make make 3 acrobatics checks.
Yeah, 24 is going to be the lowest that she's going to be able to roll
Yeah.
because of reliable talent.
Right.
There you have it.
Okay.
24, 28, 29.
So you are able to do some amazing aerial acrobatics flying through this windstorm, and you're able to grab another 3 of these runestones. Make a perception check.
Can do.
You're such a nice DM. I mean, I would be ruling that everyone is blind unless they have some goggles or something like that.
Well, she does have goggles, actually.
Well, she does.
Yeah,
Yes,
I am.
that's my
I'm wearing
point.
goggles.
That's my point. The rest of us ought to be feeling our way through this sandstorm of crystals.
I mean, I've got a full helm.
So I got my very minimum in perception, which is 21.
Okay, so you notice, and I'm sorry, this crystal at the top of the stalagmite is 10 feet in diameter. It's giving off a 120-foot radius of light, 120 feet of bright light, and a dim light for an additional 120 feet. You, as you're flying through, you see that this crystal at the top of the stalagmite, it seems like it sheds off, like there's like a little crack and it sheds off one of these small runestones, and then you see it immediately heal up, and it does this every so often.
So it's self-regenerating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have daylight in this entire cavern.
Well, yeah, I will definitely end my super fun aerial acrobatics tour and come back to my friends and let them know what I saw.
Okay. So
I'd like to get this 10-foot runestone up at the top. I mean, that thing looks pretty freaking awesome.
yeah, it's way up there. So you guys no longer have line of sight on Aaron. He goes off to the south around the stalagmite.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
Hey, man, that's the place to be. You know, you don't want to have all that sand.
Everybody should follow him.
Get out of the wind. Now we need to climb.
And Telfer, are you going to go down there too? Okay. So down here, so yeah, there's this 10 foot diameter circular lozenge of crystal embedded at the peak of this 120 foot tall stalagmite. The cavern walls taper inward as they rise, becoming a curved 200 foot high ceiling dotted with stalactites 10 to 15 feet long. A 60-foot long stalactite hangs directly above the stalagmite tower, its tip 10 feet above the brightly glowing runestone. The cavern floor is level and dotted with stalagmites 10 to 15 feet high. That's what these strange formations are.
Well, I'll tie a loop.
They were eggs.
Fried eggs. I'll tie a loop in a rope, and that can be, adjusted back and forth in size like a lasso. And
We have a magical rope.
Well, okay, yeah.
Rope.
We were gonna hook a rope. I'm gonna ask Telfar to fly up there, hook a rope around the crystal, so that the rest of us can climb up.
So
easily.
the magic rope is, I believe, only 50 feet in length. It might be 100, but this stalagmite is 120 feet tall. However, everybody make a perception check.
$31.
8. Perception check. 16.
20. Oh, 5.
20.
Okay. Okay. So you guys see the runestone suddenly it changes color to like a yellowish orange from it's normally a bluish white light. It changes color to a yellowish orange, almost like it's on fire. And it looks like there's an eye in the middle of it.
Oh crap! Sauron's watching us, guys.
And
I can't find this.
Yet again.
Didn't we have an eye looking at us before?
Yeah, probably.
The universe is full of peepers.
Creeper peepers.
Now Cancel doesn't notice any of this because he only got an 8. Cancel. Make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, did I not move? I don't think I moved Cancel. Did I? Where is Cancel? Oh, there's Cancel. What'd you get?
23.
Wow. Okay. I suppose I should. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh my god, you made the save by 1. So you will take half damage. And then